Melissa and I were hoping to have all of our cabinet units installed here in the great room this week. We have a lot that needs to go in. There was a pretty sizable island, a desk area, and a wraparound kitchen. We wanted to have all that installed so that we could butt all of our flooring planks up to it. But it turns out that they are not ready currently, so that's probably, it's definitely not gonna happen. So we're finding some workarounds.
Yeah, so we've decided instead of cabinets, we're going to continue our flooring project. It is a free floating floor, so it doesn't really matter that the cabinets aren't here. And we just want to make sure that we are making progress because tomorrow we have a very important and nerve-wracking appointment, and we don't really know what the rest of our week is going to look like after that.
So looking forward to finally getting some of this flooring put down here in the great room. We have had to use our imaginations for such a long time wondering what this dark flooring is going to look like up against the contrast of these white walls. And then having this wood finish overhead here in our ceiling, it's just tough to get a real feel for how things are going to turn out once they're completed. But today we find out. It's notch around here, ripped out a bunch of boards. We'll be up and running, mama. 3 3/16 for me, okay?
We have reached the point where we are going to be making our first cabinet cutout. All of our cabinets have been drawn out in red color crayons, so we know where the base of each cabinet is going to be. So we have a lot of cuts to make. This is the very first one. The reason that we are cutting out all of our cabinets is because we are doing a free floating floor, and with luxury vinyl it does expand and contract, and so you don't want anything heavy like cabinets pinching that because then you're going to end up with buckling. So we are doing an expansion gap all the way around the walls and also around the base of all cabinets. Look at these crazy cuts around cabinets. That's nuts.
Some Tetris action.
And they have to be perfect.
Hopefully.
Now that we got about 4 or 5 rows all lined up and we know that the patterns are all mixed up, we're gonna just jam through it.
Can you help me? Yeah. Can you show mom how it's done? Yes. Okay, come on, let's go. Ready? Okay. You remember from the tiny home bathroom? Yeah. I'm gonna slide it down toward me. All right, here we go, Kira. Nice job. Every bit as good as your mother. Maybe even better.
We are almost halfway through the great room. We're maneuvering our way around the island. This is kind of the tricky, bless you.
Excuse me.
This is kind of the tricky part. Once we get through this, it's gonna go a lot quicker. So we may be able to get this entire room done in a single day, which is incredible compared to our first day over in the master bedroom.
I wanna run with you, I wanna let go. Arms open wide with a life to call our own.
We only have 1 row left and we are completely done with the great room and kitchen. I cannot believe we did this entire room in a single day.
Un day. Like Speedy Gonzalez. Meep meep. Oh wait, that was Roadrunner.
It's a Roadrunner.
He was also quick though.
We still have a lot of flooring to do, but tomorrow we have a very important appointment that we need to take care of. It's something that I've kind of been avoiding in my mind because although I'm very optimistic, I'm nervous about it.
That's why we stay so busy. Keep our minds occupied. It'll be okay. Slide it on down, mama. Slide it. Woo. You're right. You're right. Good boy. Stay.
This morning we are taking Kenji into the vet, not his favorite activity, but he is 12 now and he's getting some old man growth. At first,
I got some of those.
No, you don't. Anyway, before they were really small and they're what I believe to be lipomas, but we're not totally sure. A lipoma is just a benign cyst. It's full of fatty tissue. It's pretty gross. But they're growing really rapidly all of a sudden, and so we definitely want to go get them checked out. We'd love to have them removed, but he can't really handle any kind of anesthesia or anything like that because he is really old and he does have a condition called Charpey fever, which is common in his breed, unfortunately, and it really affects their kidneys and their liver and all of that. So we have to be really careful with any kind of treatment with Kenji, but we're going to take him in and we're going to see what they say.
Hold on, bud, hold on.
First, the big one is a lipoma.
Okay.
Okay. This one is not a lipoma. There are several mitotic cells in there. So then it comes to, do you want to gamble on the anesthesia? I wish I had a crystal ball to tell you,
Right.
but I don't. So it comes down to what are you comfortable living with?
Right. We made it back home. We had a long drive to get back here from town, and we didn't get the best news at the vet. Not completely unexpected, but I think we went in there with a little bit of wishful thinking, hoping that everything was going to be okay.
So the one on top of his head, which I thought for sure was a lipoma, is a lipoma, which means it's totally harmless. The one by his ear is the one that we were concerned about because it used to be really small, and then all of a sudden this month it just blew up.
It's growing a lot more rapidly than it used to.
So they tested that one and they said that it's cancer. They think it's probably melanoma. And the fact that it all of a sudden is growing means that it's probably in the latter stages, but they won't know until they get in there. So we have two options.
Option number one is to let life and nature take its course and have him ride it out. Or we can do surgery, perform surgery. They can perform surgery on it. The risk that we run with that is that because he is so old, we don't know whether or not he's going to be able to withstand the anesthesia.
Right. Yeah, he's 12 years old, and so there's obviously a much greater risk of them not being able to wake him up or his heart failing during the surgery. And so my initial reaction was, no, we're not doing surgery no matter what. But then, you know, he said, your timeline with not doing it is 4 to 6 months. And that's just not a good way to go to sit here and die of cancer. It's going to grow significantly before it starts affecting him and spreading throughout his body. So it seems that the most humane option is to go with the surgery, because even if we end up losing him during the surgery, at least it's peaceful and he didn't suffer at home dying from cancer slowly. So, and then we have a really good likelihood of them being able to remove it. And then they said that would buy him a couple years, and being 12, that pretty much rides him out.
Yeah, he's an old dog and it's a tough decision,
Yeah.
but I think it's, like you said, is the most humane option available to us.
Right, so we're gonna call and make that appointment. Today, before we get to work, we're going to be reseeding seeing this area here that we trenched out for the irrigation for our garden and orchard. This dirt path has been a bit of an eyesore, and today we are finally remedying that.
To repair all the areas that we've disrupted and to help get grass growing once again, we've turned to Sunday. Sunday's been perfect for us because they actually customize your lawn care plan specifically to your area. You take a super simple quiz, share your location and goals for your yard, and Sunday takes it from there using your soil and climate data.
Sunday will design the perfect plan for your yard, and everything that you need will ship free right to your doorstep. The nutrient pouches are so easy and user-friendly. You simply attach the sprayer to your garden hose and go.
The nutrient pouches are an incredible fertilizer mixture that aid in water retention in your soil. They're made with no toxic pesticides, which is incredibly important for us with the kids and animals.
We love that Sunday uses carefully selected ingredients that we can actually pronounce, and they're powerful enough to actually work. Because let's face it, it's hard to find nature-backed products that deliver, but Sunday really does.
So if you're like us and you want lawn care that you can do yourself using products designed with your pets and family safety in mind, definitely go check out Sunday.
Just head to getsunday.com/GSL and use our code GSL20 to get 20% off your smart lawn plan. Now that we got our new grass planted and our existing grass fertilized, we're gonna get back to work. We are super grateful that we got this entire great room done the other day, because today we only have the small pantry to do before we're ready for cabinets to arrive. And we're not quite sure when those are arriving, but it should be any day, sometime this week. And so we want to make sure that we're ready for that. But we're also kind of bumming, and we're not really in the mood to take on like a bunch of work and do a bunch of days of work right now. So we're gonna do the pantry today, and then we're just gonna take a family day tomorrow and be with Kenji.
Yep, yeah, bit of a bummer, but it's good to stay busy and we don't have to dwell. It's bumming me out every time I look at him to even entertain the idea that he might not be around. Hopefully everything goes well.
Yeah.
He pulls through. Kenji's been a very, very durable dog over the years.
He has, but I think that that gives us kind of an unrealistic expectation for him sometimes, because he has been through a lot and he does always pull through. So I'm very optimistic that he will. Like in my head, I'm like, no, Kenji's going to be totally fine. But then if he's not, I'm going to be not prepared and really shocked for that. And I want to make sure that that's not how the kids go into this.
Oh, that's my bigger concern.
Yeah.
We're going to be upset.
Our kids are going to be devastated.
If he doesn't pull through, the kids will be really, really sad about it. And that's going to make us, I don't know. Hopefully things go well. Like I said, I don't mean like
to entertain it.
I don't like thinking about it, but it is a possibility, a realistic possibility that we have to be prepared for. So we'll do what we have to do today. Spend some time with Kenj and the kiddos.
And then, the kids will give him hugs tomorrow night, because we're leaving with him the next morning very early before the kids are even awake. So they will wish him well, and then we will take him. And hopefully everything goes well.
What time's the appointment at?
It is at 8 a.m.
Okay, let's get to work.
Okay.
Refocusing on the work that we actually have to get done here today, we have some challenges that are presented by proceeding here into the pantry from the living room, because we are not going to be able to run our flooring like we've been doing thus far, where we're taking the tongue portion of things of each individual plank and sticking it into the groove of the board that is already laid before it. We're going to be working in the opposite direction this time, because we do have to tie in everything here in the pantry back into the living room. It would make things really, really tough to just start working at the back of the pantry and assume that things are lining up as they need to be. So we're going to give this a shot, see how it works. Hopefully it's not an issue. We just buzz through this entire room. Just got to find our groove like we always do. Go from there. Yeah, no, it works. Tuck it under there. It has to go in at an angle. Look. Like Legos or an erector set. Yeah? Once you got it set up. And then we have to scoot it down all the way to the edge.
Super cool thing about this flooring is for all the pieces that we cut off that don't have the little part that snaps on, we're still able to use them, because now we can just butt these ones up to the wall. So there is very little waste. I would say less than like 2% waste on this floor, which is excellent.
2%?
2%.
That's very specific.
Very.
Like the milk?
0% is always better.
Just threw me when you said that. Well, what if it's 3%, Melissa? Huh? Hashtag misinformation. 2.76%. There's not a lot of waste.
There's not a lot of waste.
Boom.
You find one?
Got you.
See? Utilizing those scraps.
Found myself a Waldo.
That's why it's 2% waste. We have made it all the way through the pantry, and now we are to our utility closet. We decided to put our air exchange for our furnace here and also our hot water tank back here because we don't have an attached garage, and this just made the most sense for us. So we will be concealing these things behind some pretty doors. But as far as the flooring goes, we've got some PEX and a drain and a round air exchange right there that we need to cut around. So after a whole bunch of cuts, we will be done. We are done with our pantry and our utility closet and our kitchen and our living room, and that means that we are officially ready for all of our kitchen cabinets. I cannot believe that we are at that stage in the build, but we are. It's so exciting. Plus now we have a couple days to just be with KENJI and be with the kids and pray that all of this has a very happy ending.
It looks like I'm asleep. Yeah, I've never seen such a beautiful place.
When I saw you standing there under the stars, I knew it wouldn't be the last time. Scrolling through the memories of when we began, I couldn't find a single regret. We could write an endless story through the struggle and the glory. By your side, I will stay. We will never fail.
Purple. You want a carrot? Eat it.
The next day we laid low. We went on a drive, we got ice cream, and we spent time just being home. We knew that there was a chance that what our kids have always known might change in the morning. KENJI has been our only dog for over 12 years. And for our youngest 3, he's always been here. A gentle, friendly constant in their daily lives. We wanted the day to be as normal as possible, but we also had to have a very difficult conversation about what tomorrow might bring. What eventually, some tomorrow is going to bring. Our children are blessed in that they have not experienced deep loss in their lives, but we can't protect them from that forever. Part of growing up is experiencing all of what life offers, both the good and the difficult. So whether we lose KENJI tomorrow or we lose him 2 years from now, the truth is, it's going to sting. And it's going to sting for a long time. I got to thinking about why these things hurt the way that they do. And it's simple. We love. We allow ourselves to love so deeply. And that kind of surrender can lead to the deepest wounds. But every hug, every frustration, every plain normal day that we spend with those we love are what makes life the amazing, incredible, and beautiful journey that it is. And along that journey, there is gain and there is loss. There's tears and laughter. So we're grateful for the time that we have, and we choose to love. We choose to open ourselves up, no matter what that may eventually mean.